Good morning, everyone. Nice to see you gathered all here. I'm very pleased to welcome you to this special event, marking a milestone in the lives of our fabulous 8th graders, which is their completion of middle school and their transition on to high school and beyond. I think this is a very significant moment. I'm really glad that we have a chance to share it together this morning and that the weather has cooperated so nicely for us. This has been a great year at Moses Brown from my perspective, and I want to thank all of you assembled for the roles that all of you have played in supporting our school and its students this year. To teachers and staff, of course, for your commitment day in and day out to helping these wonderful children discover themselves and the world around them. To all of you parents and grandparents for driving and organizing schedules and attending countless events and games and providing for your children and grandchildren wise counsel. And lastly, to Jared, for his calm demeanor and his understanding of the middle school years and all their attendant challenges and opportunities. Obviously, though, this morning the stars of the day are our 8th graders. What a wonderful group. You guys look very grown up, I have to say. It's wonderful. I'd like to thank all of you for a great year of leadership and scholarship in our middle school community. It's really hard to generalize about a group that's as different and diverse as all of you, but one thing that really stands out to everybody here about you is hard work. Many of your teachers, in fact, remarked to me upon your dedication and your determination. Yes, you do tend to grumble a bit at some homework assignments, but we know that you care deeply about your learning, and you always settle in and do your best. Looking back over this year, some of you have described the 8th grade as intense but fun, and it's no wonder. You tackled some really challenging and a huge range of topics this year, and you always did so with curiosity and with flair. Think, for example, about some of the signature moments we've seen just recently, including the Rube Goldberg devices that you demonstrated last week. Recent history projects, for example, that simulate the social critique of the Chinese artist Ai Weiwei. There was the Real Care Baby project back in the winter-spring, the recent performance of Romeo and Juliet in the Grove, and then earlier the StoryCorps and This I Believe statements on NPR. The list goes on. You guys have really done a lot of remarkable work. Throughout those sorts of projects, all of us have been impressed by your ability to work both individually and in teams. You've shown an ability to amass knowledge and to solve problems and then communicate your answers. That sort of cooperative spirit, we think, is all the more remarkable because we also know that you guys can be very individualistic and also opinionated. You're not shy about letting teachers know how you feel. And you can be loud, which I can attest to being on the same hallway on the 2nd floor. There does seem to be some debate within the division, however, over who is louder, the whole 8th grade or just the 7th grade boys. Not sure about that. We know you 8th graders also to be very artistic and very creative. Who could have forget, of course, the musical in the winter, Fiddler on the Roof. And musicians among you have certainly excelled this year at the various Rhode Island Music Education Association festivals. And on the courts of playing fields, of course, you've made us very proud this year. You are fierce competitors and athletes. The whole middle school knows you to be really expert, for example, in soccer and lacrosse. Think of some of the famous sports moments from this year. In the fall, for example, 13 of you came out for the inaugural season of cross country. The field hockey team was co-champs of its tournament. The boys A soccer team won the Wheeler tournament and went on to have an undefeated season. The football team scored a touchdown in the final half to secure the right to shave Coach Tony's head. Coach Matt was already shaved. This spring, baseball also had an undefeated season, and Abigail Sherwood hit a home run in her last at-bat in middle school softball. A very fun moment. Now, of course, we recognize that some of these accomplishments weren't just limited to your class. But in my experience, these kinds of consistently impressive results do not happen in a school without great leadership from the elders in the division, and that's you all, our 8th graders. It's very obvious to us you are multi-talented and very well-rounded. And in addition to those many talents, what we really know and especially have loved about you guys this year is that you seem to be a group of happy and confident and mature boys and girls. In fact, young adolescents who enjoy laughing and learning and being around one another. You have definitely brightened the hallways of the middle school with your smiles and your passions, and I can't thank you enough for that. So looking ahead, next year a few of you will be moving on to new locations and new schools, and to you, we'd like to extend a heartfelt farewell. You definitely have enriched our community with your presence, and we offer you our best wishes for the next stage of your journey. Most of you, though, will be transitioning on into our upper school, which I think is very exciting. I hope you are excited. That can also be a little bit daunting, that sort of transition. About 40 new students will join your grade next year. You'll be exposed to whole new academic disciplines that you haven't had a chance to study yet. For example, economics and art history and engineering and others. And the list of clubs and sports and activities that will be available to you will expand dramatically. Now, I'm very confident that you're ready for all that challenge. And why? Well, recently, I asked Rachel Moulton, who's the head of the upper school, what the secret to success is in the high school. You know what she said? Get to know your advisor and your teachers. Let them know who you are, both on good days and on bad. Stay after class to chat or ask a question. Tell your teachers that you'd like to know more about their class, or have the courage to tell them that you have no idea what they're talking about. I promise you, they will welcome you and your questions no matter what they are, because they want to understand who you are and how you learn. And I think that's great advice for you, particularly as a group, because you are very outgoing, you're dedicated to your learning, as I said, and that shows to me that you are more than ready for high school. So, my advice as we transition into the summer, get some rest. Use the summer months to recharge your batteries, and I hope you'll return to us in September, ready to seize all that the upper school has to offer. I'm certain that you're going to find the next stage of your Moses Brown journey rewarding. Congratulations all. I hope you have a great summer. Thank you.